Meghan has finally broken the British media. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Debunking and I'm here to debunk the lies, call out the double standards that the British media operate on when it comes to Meghan and Harry compared to the other members of the royal family. If you haven't already done so, please like, share, subscribe to my channel and let's get things moving. So guys, finally Meghan Markle scratched out. Meghan Sussex has finally broken the British media and the derangers with her commercial success. Firstly, they're saying she should donate her proceeds to charity because Prince Charles, now King Charles, did that.
But you remember, Charlie, when the Prince of Wales went into this with his biscuits, his Duchy originals, and they were a huge success. But the trouble is with Meghan, the King did it for charity. The King, who was Prince of Wales. Meghan hasn't mentioned any charity, but of course it really belongs to Netflix, so it's actually quite a complicated business.
It is.
Deal.
Well, yeah, but let's not forget as well, you know, as English is right, the Prince of Wales did it, he sold it, it was for charity and everything else. Meghan and Harry are supposed to be standing on their own 2 feet and earning their own money, which is perfectly acceptable. And so if they can sell a pot of jam for £51, then best of luck to them.
But then, Charlie, why do they set themselves up as these amazing philanthropic couple if they're not giving any of...
No, that's true.
I mean, apparently Harry did give a lot of money that he made from his book Spare to charity, and no one took much notice of that. But Meghan's is so out there on television. I think some of it should say some of this is going to whatever charity. I'm amazed she didn't insist on that.
Well, you'd have thought that would have been a great PR point to score on her behalf to say, I'm giving X amount, X% to some charity that she loves.
And then they're writing headlines such as this: Meghan has finally totally broken the British media and their cohorts. Because how in God's name are they comparing her? Every time they talk about her, they let us know that she's not a member of the royal family anymore. They're even asking the RF, the royal family, to take her name out of their website and all of that stuff. And then suddenly she's a success. She's a wildly successful businesswoman. And now it's comparing her to King Charles, the total absolute head of the royal family. The hypocrisy and double standards of these people is just astounding. This confirms everything we've always said. They never wanted Harry and Meghan to be successful. They always wanted Meghan and Harry to come back begging on their knees, crawling, begging the RF to take them back because they had failed, because they're not successful, because they couldn't make it outside of the royal family. But Meghan and Harry keeps proving them wrong, going from success to success, despite all the disparaging things they said about Meghan and Harry. They said they weren't good business people. They said Meghan, Netflix. They discredited, disparaged everything that they did just so that they would not become a success. They talked down Meghan's Netflix show, said it was rubbish, said all sorts of things about we love Meghan, just so it wouldn't be successful. Yet here we are. Meghan is said to have made $27 million from her as-ever product, and the British media are having a total and complete meltdown. If you guys remember, in 2020, after Meghan and Harry left, they had cartoons on social media depicting Meghan and Harry as poor, tattered people who were begging and working in McDonald's, or begging the Queen to come back into the fold, or just looking tattered and miserable and have failed. None of that has come to pass. None of that is ever going to come to pass when it comes to Meghan and Harry. But that was what they wanted for Meghan and Harry. Total and complete failure. Because one, nobody there leaves the royal family. Nobody there leaves that institution. The fact that Meghan and Harry were able to live and make a living, not just make a living, are wildly successful in this living that they have made. They're seriously thriving. It puts a light, it shines a light onto what's the point of taxpayers funding the royal family. If you can live and make a living for yourself and make a life, why are taxpayers funding you then? So Meghan and Harry exposes these things about the royal family, and they cannot have it. And so they try their best to discredit everything that they were doing. They tried to discredit their words, tried to call them liars, just so that they would not be successful, just so that they could come crawling back, begging the royal family and regretting leaving. But Meghan and Harry aren't going to do that. They've projected all sorts of things on them. They've projected separation, divorce. They've said so many horrible things about their kids and all of that stuff. We all know. But despite all that, Meghan and Harry are wildly thriving. So what do they have next? They move the goalpost. So they move the goalpost. Now Meghan's super successful. She's made all of this millions in her business venture. The same woman that they said didn't know anything about business, that her business was rubbish, she was failing in everything she was doing, blah, blah, blah. We read and saw all of those lies. Now, none of those projections, none of those lies are true. And Meghan's thriving. She's literally, seriously thriving. And now they want her to they want her to donate her earnings, her proceeds to charity. And they just utter clowns. That's why I like to call them clowns. Because, so, Prince Charles did it. He donated his proceeds to charity. Why is that the yardstick to compare Meghan to? Are they asking other celebrities what they've donated and when they're donating and all of that stuff? Why Meghan? So then they're acknowledging the fact that she's still in fact very much royal. If they're going to be comparing her and her actions and what she should do with King Charles. So they keep telling Meghan and Harry to get a job, to get a life, to stop depending on the Arabs' money, blah, 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 blah. And then they do so. It's like, nah, not like that. Not quite so successful at it. We just wanted you to just, maybe cry and crawl back and beg. And you're not doing that. So be poor. Give all your money to charity and be poor and come back still. The British media are having a full and complete total meltdown about these latest figures of how well Meghan's as ever is doing. And that's probably just a drop in the ocean. They don't have the full picture. This was just from some calculations that some derangers made, and they're running with it. Meghan's probably done way more. And bearing in mind also, she doesn't even ship internationally. As far as I know, she still only sells in the US. Imagine if she opened it up to other countries. Then they just shut down the British media press for like an entire week to cry, wouldn't they? Because they would have total absolute heart attack. We would be here to watch it all because they're so upset that this woman who's never wronged them, by the way, is being so successful and gracefully successful, because she does not even talk back at them. She does not acknowledge the hate, the lies that they keep throwing at her. There's nothing they haven't thrown at her. They even got, what's that silly South Park always talks about important people anyway, but they disparage them. They use all the mediums that they've got to disparage them, and yet here they are, not just standing, but standing very, very well. That woman in that clip said Harry donated to charity the proceeds of Spare, his book. But remember when he did that, they were crying that royals don't donate to charity. So why have they changed their minds now? Why now do they want Meghan to donate her proceeds to charity? Because they keep moving the goalposts. They're utterly upset and angry. And that's why they're writing headlines like that, writing articles like that, talking about Meghan's successes, blah, 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 blah. They never expected it. I don't know why. Because if you look at Meghan's profile before she joined the royal family, you'll know that this woman is not your average, never do well. You know that she knows what she's doing, and she would be a success no matter what. Again, remember, like I said in another video, nobody had any bad words to say about her before she joined the royal family. That's not the sort of person that will come back crawling. That's the sort of person that will take all the lemons thrown at her and make lemonade. Honestly, I'm actually, I like her a lot, obviously. That's why I defend her. But I'm learning from her. I'm learning. Although I can never be as gracious as she is. I will clap back. I'm so sorry. I will clap back at the haters. But I understand why she's not. I understand why she's gracious. I understand why she's kept quiet and just quietly getting on with her things. Because sometimes to acknowledge these haters, it gives them more energy than they deserve. So yes, I understand that, and I applaud that, to be honest. But you would think that by now, the British media, the British press, the Rangers, they would have realized something. Meghan and Harry, no matter how how badly you talk about them, no matter the lies you tell about them, the twisting of truths, the misinformation, the manufactured hate that you throw at these two people, they're never going to fail, and they're never going to come back rolling. Yes, they've been saying, oh, Harry wants to come back, he's talking to the king again, and they want to come back in July, and they've been crowing and salivating at the thought of Meghan coming to the UK in July. They've not stopped talking about it. They've been talking about it non-stop. They can't wait to see Meghan come back to the UK. It's like their wettest of wettest dreams, excuse my analogy here, but so they know what they've lost, but they don't care. They're bullies. They're bullies. This is their prey, and they're making tons load of money off of the hate, because again, it's been exposed by people in the know that the hate around Meghan's name is $1 billion industry. So they're not going to let go of all those things anytime soon. We know that. But we would always be here to debunk. We would always be here to call out the truth and to shine a light on their lies. Always, always. So guys, yes, this is my thought, this is my opinion, and I've obviously read a lot of it from other people too. But what are your thoughts? Let's talk in the comments. I always love reading your comments. I try to reply as much as I can, and I'm always battling some derangers in the comments as well. So yes, so please join in this conversation. I know I don't need to prompt you guys. You guys are always ready. Sussex Squad is always ready. Pa. Apparently, also Meghan's latest product launch as ever, and it was sold out within 10 minutes. Meghan sold out. I'm excited for people who win. I'm excited for winners, and I'm super excited when Meghan and Harry win. I love it because they've put these people down too much. So I take it very personal when Meghan wins. I don't care. I'm sorry. I love it. It's like a slap in the face for the British media and the Rangers, and I love that. I love when she wins, and she sold out in 10 minutes. That has to have a video of its own separately. That's something we'll talk about in another video that I'll probably post soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. There's so many things to talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week, day, and see you in my next video.